Cable. Cable. Cables and bits. Cables and bits. Be changing audio configurations around because I won't be able to talk directly into this mic while I'm doing VR stuff because I won't be able to see the mic. So I gotta switch to a different one. How's this new mic? I just swapped to the other one. Is that good, guys? Properties. We can hear you? Okay. Yeah, that one is a less accurate mic. The quality is not as great, but I mean, it picks up better. Let's try. You said the quality is definitely not good. Let's see if we can. I have a bunch of different mics hooked up so that I can test out which ones are better. This is the blue snowball. Is that one better? The one that I did before this one was a cheap Walmart brand one. Not as nasally. Okay. Okay. So we've agreed that the blue snowball is better than the cheap Walmart one. How's about the webcam mic? Is the webcam mic cutting in and out? Is it too high or something? You don't like the webcam mic? Okay. Blue snowball it is. Get headset set up. So I now have the Oculus Quest 2 hooked up physically via a long link cable. Connected headset. Okay. So technically, I won't be held back by battery power anymore. Let me see. Can I? My question is, that answers that question. Blue Snowball it is. Um, Supposedly there's a mic in the headset, and it shows up as an audio source for my computer, but for some reason when I select it, it doesn't do anything on OBS. So I guess we're just sticking with the Snowball mic. Why you make noise? Why Buzz? Why are you Buzz? Allow access to data. Do it. Enable Oculus Link. Do it. Yay, no buzzing. Good. Uh-huh. What do I do? Cable. Cable. Be free! Get myself a little distance from my electronic stuff. When I'm flailing around in Skyrim, won't be knocking anything over. Getting my wristbands on. So I'm not throwing the wands. You're able to hear the game, right? Because when I have the Quest physically attached to the computer, it's letting me do the audio that's in the headset to the PC. Because I've been having problems with Skyrim getting picked up. Oh, audio right now. You should be hearing a waterfall. Probably not super loud, but... And then, let me get the window capture right. Playing with Reistlin. So now I should be able to showcase the audiobook mods and all that stuff that I've had installed so you can actually hear it. Let's test that out. Oh. Probably be a good idea to turn on the live thing too. Launch streamer kit. There we go. I see the chat. It's above my head. So that's working. Items. I should be able to play any book that's in my inventory that has an audiobook as an audiobook. And you should be able to hear it while I'm walking around. Ah. Is this not one of them? I guess that wasn't one of them. Let me try Disaster at Ineth. There we go. Play audiobook.
Report. Disaster at Ioneth by Lord Potreed, Chairman. An Imperial scripted dispatch concerning Uriel V's invasion of Akavir. Part 1. Preparation.
Game isn't showing right now.
The Emperor's plans for the invasion of Akavir were laid in the 270s, when he began the conquest of the small island kingdoms
there we go.
that lie between
Okay.
Tamriel and Akavir. With the fall of Black Harbor and Ezroniet in 282, Uriel V was already looking ahead to the ultimate prize. he immediately ordered extensive renovations to the port, which would serve as the marshalling point for the invasion force and as the main supply source throughout the campaign. At this time, he also began the construction of the many large ocean-going transports that would be needed for the final crossing to Akavir, in which the Navy was previously
Thank you,
deficient.
Restream, for giving me a
Thus it can be
trophy.
seen that the Emperor's preparations for the invasion were laid well in advance, even before the conquest of Esroniet was complete, and was not a sudden whim, as some have charged. When Prince Bashaman yielded Esroniet to imperial authority in 284, the Emperor's full attention could be devoted to planning for the Akaviri campaign. Naval expeditions were dispatched in 285 and 286 to scout the sea lanes and coastlands of Akavir, and various imperial intelligence agents, both magical and mundane, were employed to gather information.
Get the screen right.
On the basis of all this information, the kingdom of the Sieski in the southwest of Akavir was selected as the initial target for the invasion. Meanwhile, the Emperor was gathering his expeditionary force. A new Far East fleet was created for the campaign, which, for a time, dwarfed the rest of the navy. It is said to be the most powerful fleet ever assembled in the history of Tamriel. The 5th, 7th, 10th, and 14th legions were selected for the initial landing, with the 9th and 17th to follow as reinforcements once the beachhead was secured. While this may seem to the layman a relatively small fraction of the army's total manpower, it must be remembered that this expeditionary force would have to be maintained at the end of a long and tenuous supply line. In addition, the Emperor and the army command believed that the invasion would not be strongly opposed, at least at first. Perhaps more crucially, the Navy had only enough heavy transport capacity to move 4 legions at a time.
Transform.
It should be noted here that the Commission does not find fault with the Emperor's preparations for the invasion. Based on the information available prior to the invasion, which, while obviously deficient in hindsight, great effort had been made to accumulate, the Commission believes that the Emperor did not act recklessly or imprudently. Some have argued that the expeditionary force was too small. The Commission believes that, on the contrary, even if shipping could have been found to transport and supply more legions, an impossibility without crippling the trade of the entire empire, this would have merely added to the scale of the disaster. It would not have averted it. Neither could the rest of the empire be denuded of legions. The memory of the Comoran usurper was still fresh, and the Emperor believed, and this Commission agrees, that the security of the empire precluded a large concentration of military force outside of Tamriel. If anything, the Commission believes that the expeditionary force was too large. Despite the creation of 2 new legions and the recreation of the loss of the expeditionary force left the empire in a dangerously weak position relative to the provinces. The current situation makes all too clear. This suggests
collect your
the
bare butt.
Of Akavir is beyond the empire's current strength. Even if the Emperor could have continued and maintained a larger force in Akavir, the Empire may have been behind it.
The frame rate suddenly tanked.
Report: Disaster at Iron by Lord Potter, Chairman. An Imperial scripted dispatch concerning Uriel V's invasion of Akavir. Part 2: The Invasion of Akavir. The expeditionary force left Black Harbor on 23rd Rain's Hand 288, and with fair weather, landed in Akavir after 6 weeks at sea. The landing site was a small Sieski port at the mouth of a large river, chosen for its proximity to Tamriel, as well as its location in a fertile river valley, giving easy access to the interior, as well as good foraging for the army.
Yeah!
All went well.
Planes.
First,
I could use that.
the Sieski had abandoned the town when the expeditionary force approached, so they took possession of it and renamed it Septimia, the first colony of the new imperial province of Akavir. While the engineers fortified the town and expanded the port facilities to serve the Far East fleet, the Emperor marched inland with 2 legions. The surrounding land was reported to be rich, well-watered fields, and meeting no resistance, the army took the next city upriver, also abandoned. This was refounded as Ionith, and the Emperor established his headquarters here, being much larger than Septimia, and better located to dominate the surrounding countryside. The expeditionary force had yet to meet any real resistance, although the legions were constantly shadowed by mounted enemy patrols which prevented any but large scouting parties from leaving the main body of the army. One thing the Emperor sorely lacked was cavalry, due to the limited space on the transport fleet, although for the time being the battle mages made up for this with magical reconnaissance. The Emperor now sent out envoys to try to contact the Sieski king, or
That
whoever
should
ruled
perform a
this
little better
land,
now.
but his messengers never returned. In retrospect, the Commission believes that valuable time was wasted in this effort while the army was stalled at Ionith, which could have been better spent in advancing quickly while the enemy was still, apparently, surprised by the invasion. However, the Emperor believed at the time that the Sieski would be overawed by the Empire's power, and he might win a province by negotiation, with no need for serious fighting. Meanwhile, the four legions were busy building a road between Septimia and Ionith, setting up fortified guard posts along the river, and fortifying both cities' defenses, activities which would serve them well later. Due to their lack of cavalry, scouting was limited, and communication between the two cities constantly threatened by enemy raiders, with which the legions were still unable to come to grips. The original plan had been to bring the two reinforcing legions across as soon as the initial landing had secured a port, but the fateful decision was now taken to delay their arrival and instead begin using the fleet to transport colonists. The Emperor and the Council agreed that, due to the complete abandonment of the conquered area by its native population, colonists were needed to work the fields so that the expeditionary force would not have to rely entirely on the fleet for supplies. In addition, unrest had broken out in Ineslia, athwart the supply route to Akavir, and the Council believed the 9th and 17th Legions would be better used in repacifying these territories and securing the expeditionary force's supply lines. The civilian colonists and their supplies began arriving in Septimia in mid-Hearthfire, and they took over the preparation of the fields, which had been started by the Legionnaires, for a spring crop. A number of cavalry mounts were also brought over at this time, and the raids on the two imperial colonies subsequently fell off. Sieski emissaries also finally arrived in Ionith, purportedly to begin peace
I'm going to the Greybeards
and
now.
the expeditionary force settled in for what was expected to be a quiet winter.
What is the
At
objective
this time,
I'm on?
the council urged the emperor to return to Tamriel with the fleet, to deal with many pressing matters of the empire while the army was in winter quarters. But the emperor decided that it would be best to remain in Akavir. This turned out to be fortunate, because a large portion of the fleet, including the emperor's flagship, was destroyed by an early winter storm during the homeward voyage. The winter storm season of 288 and 289 was unusually prolonged and exceptionally severe, and prevented the fleet from returning to Akavir as planned with additional supplies. This was reported to the Emperor via Battle Mage, and it was agreed that the expeditionary force could survive on what supplies it had on hand until the spring. Report: Disaster at Ionith, by Lord Potreed, Chairman. An Imperial scripted dispatch concerning Uriel V's invasion of Akavir. Part 3. The destruction of the expeditionary force. The winter weather in Akavir was also much more severe than expected. Due to the supply problems and the addition of thousands of civilians, the expeditionary force was on tight rations. To make matters worse, the Sieski raiders returned in force and harried any foraging and scouting parties outside the walls of the two cities. The several watch forts on the road between Septimia and Ionith were captured during blizzards, and the rest had to be abandoned as untenable. As a result, communication between the two cities had to be conducted entirely by magical means, a continuing strain on the Legion's battle maidens. On Fifth Sun's dawn, a large entourage of Sieski arrived at Ionith claiming to bring a peace offer from the Sieski king. That night, these treacherous envoys murdered the guards at one of the city gates and let in a strong party of their comrades who were waiting outside the city walls. Their clear intention was to assassinate the Emperor, foiled only by the vigilance and courage of troopers of the 10th who were guarding his palace. Once the alarm was raised, the Sieski inside the city were hunted down and killed to the last man. Needless to say, this was the end of negotiations between the Emperor and the Sieski. The arrival of spring only brought worse troubles. Instead of the expected spring rains, a hot, dry wind began to blow from the east, continuing with varying strength through the entire summer. The crops failed, and even the river, which in the previous year had been navigable by small boats far upstream of Ionith, was completely dried up by sun's height. It is unknown if this was due to a previously unknown weather pattern unique to Akavir, or if the Sieski manipulated the weather through magical means. The Commission leans towards the former conclusion, as there is no direct evidence of the Sieski possessing such fearsome arcane power, but the latter possibility cannot be entirely ruled out. Due to prolonged bad weather, the supply fleet was late in setting out from Black Harbor. It finally left port in early Second Seed, but was again severely mauled by storms and limped into Septimia.
Can I get this
8 weeks
audiobook to
later
shut up
in
because it's
truce.
playing the entire
Because
series?
of the increasingly desperate supply situation in Akavir, the Emperor dispatched most of his battle mage corps with the fleet to assist it in weathering the storms which seemed likely to continue all summer. At this
Stop current audio. Thank you. It's like, for some reason, they programmed that one in the mod to play the entire series of that one book.
Yes?
And it's a long one. Can you tell me anything about High Hrothgar?
The Greybeards are a solitary lot. I don't think they've ever ventured outside their monastery. We get the occasional pilgrim passing through here on their way to the summit, but almost all of them have returned disappointed.
I'm looking for work. You got any leads?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this...
Yes, more bounties. Tell me more about the local barrow.
There ain't much more to tell. They're haunted, and you should stay away. Look, I've seen one of the spirits with my very own eyes. When it glared at me, I swear it burned right through my soul.
Do the spirits haunt your town as well?
Fortunately, they seem to be sticking to the barrow. I think they're guarding it. Certainly isn't helping my business any. Who'd want to rent a room anywhere near a haunted barrow?
I could investigate for you.
If you think there's anything you can do, be my guest.
Be my guest, be my guest. Put our service to the test. Let's not get sued by Disney or DMCA. Let's shut up now. Has anyone ever explored the barrow?
About a year or two ago, some fella named Wendelius came through. Said he was some kind of a treasure hunter. I warned him not to go in there, just like I warned you. The very next night we heard screams from the barrow, and that was it.
Playbird redeemed Sing for 400 points. Where can I learn more about magic?
Sir, I've got no interest in magic users. No use for their kind at all. They're way up north in Winter.
Why
And that's
does
why
everyone in Skyrim seem
I
to
don't
hate
even like
magic
our yard.
users? I don't
pass through
understand.
again. Stop by for a drink.
Ah,
You don't look like a pilgrim. Why bother visiting Iverstead?
still have System Shock as the category. Let me change that. I'm not used to changing all the information and stuff midstream. Edit stream info. And they don't have a category specifically for Skyrim VR, so I just have to put it down as Skyrim. Kinda sucks. Ah! Stop falling over my eyes. I'm trying to actually be able to see the computer. Ah! The head strap for the Quest 2 is actually not that great. There's supposed to be a better one, but you know, costs a ton of money. Skyrim VR. Day 2. There we go. Wait, no. It's not day 2, it's day 3. What am I thinking? Okay, saved. Can you confirm the change for me while I adjust my hands? They're kind of dislocated right now. No, let's not burn people. Crazy hands. Time is not for burning right now. It's right now? Alright, good. Let's see what we can do about making ourselves a quick buck. This appears to be a logging town. Where can we chop some wood? Aha! Time has come to chop and sell wood for great profit. Hello? Come on. There we go. It's Fable 2. It's a lot simpler than Fable 2. I don't have to time button presses, I just continually mash A. Which is funny, because I remember they kept patching all the other versions of Skyrim so that you couldn't easily harvest stuff. But in this version, I can just mash A forever. Get a ton of firewood. And the people who buy firewood, they just magically have enough coins to buy all of your firewood at once. Very easy get rich quick scheme. Working as intended. I get to take in the nice little rainy weather we've got around here. The river right over there. Cool little bridge. And I believe that's the start of the steps. The High Rothgar. Selling their own wood back to them. Yeah! Let's see. How much do we got right now? Should be miscellaneous. Firewood, 330. I think they pay us 2 gold pieces per. I think that lady is the lady who will buy the firewood, so let's just... Bunny! Hopper! Wait! Yes, yes, ma'am!
This has to be the worst place in Skyrim to run a mill. How am I supposed to do anything with all those bears running around?
You having a bear problem? Smells like a side quest.
Are you kidding? Those damn things will drive me right out of business.
How many bear asses do you want me to deliver you?
Bring me 10 of their pelts from anywhere in Skyrim.
10 bear asses!
I'll gladly pay you for thinning out the herd.
How could bears run you out of business?
Have you ever seen what a bear does to the trees? They jump on their hind legs and scratch them to bits, marking their territory or something. It's getting to the point where I have to scour Skyrim for untouched trees at the right size. Costs me too much time and money.
Oh, bother. It's time to hunt down Pooh Bear. He's been eating too much honey morsel. What's making you so angry?
My business is falling apart, my apprentice never listens to me, and now there's talk of dragons. If I hadn't sunk every bit of gold I had into my mill, I would...
Every bit of gold you had, so you can't buy my firewood. Or can you?
The Greybeards stay away from me.
We'll ask
and
you
I
in a
stay away
second.
From them. Suits me just fine. Honest gold.
I have firewood to sell. Oh my god! She paid more than I expected. I was expecting 600 something. She paid me 1,670.
Now go give those stupid bears what's coming to them.
I guess we're doing this the rest of the stream. Who wants my hardwood? Man, being a woodsman in, like, Skyrim is super freaking profitable. Been beating my wood all day. Let's get rude. YouTube would probably want to demonetize this stream, this video, but joke's on them. This game is rated M for mature. So kids under 17 shouldn't be watching this anyway. Oh my god. My thumb is getting a workout. I can't do it with the other. Alright. See how much we got now. 270? Those are small numbers. Those are rookie numbers. We gotta do better than last time. Nice trees. There's a cool farm over there. Kick in! You can play forever. Chops wood until the PC dies. Oh no. Oh no. She's gone inside. She's given up on her job. I don't think that's the same lady. Well, we're gonna have to wait for her anyway. We might as well chop some more wood. Lydia? You want some of this wood over here? Playbird thinks you do. No? No taker? You know you're sworn to carry my burdens, right? This is a heavy, heavy burden. Okay. Oh, yeah. 506. Woo! Alright. Now we just need to wait until she shows up again. Let's see. I gotta hold that. There we go. 13 hours should do it. Alright. There she is. Yay! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Friends like you are hard to find, and very valuable to me.
I have firewood to sell.
Honest gold for honest work.
King, 2,530. How rich am I? How rich am I? 9,590!
Now go give those stupid bears what's coming to them.
It's over 9,000! I want to do her side quest now. Hrothgar can wait. Let's get the bear asses. Okay, so this is the barrow we're talking about, I guess. This place is haunted? We'll see about that. Hello? Skelton?
Is that one of the old ruins?
Hi, Skelton. Are you haunted? You? Are you haunted? Okay. That's the door down. No lootable skeletons. I'm sad. Fine. I'll do the barrow first, and then I'll go get the bears. The barrow, then the bears.
Huh? Oh.
Huh? Oh. Hello? Full gem? Healing? Thank you. What's in the urn? What do we earn? 2 gold! We're getting richer. Rucker? What you got? One purse. Give it me. Thank you. No? Leave this place. Leave this place. I won't take that armor. You can't make me. You know you can't make me, right? Have magic. I'll burn your spectral ass. That looks like a trap. Does that do it? Before the ages of man. Is this one an audiobook? It's volume 1. Let's hope it doesn't play the audio for the whole series.
Before the Ages of Man, by Icantar of Shimmerine, chronicles the major events of the Dawn and Merethic eras. Timeline Series, Volume 1. Before man came to rule Tamriel, and before the chronicles of the historians recorded the affairs of the rulers of Tamriel, the events of our world are known only through myths and legends, and through the divinely inspired teachings of the 9 divines. For convenience, historians divided the distant ages of prehistory into 2 broad periods of time: the Dawn Era and the Merethic Era. The Dawn Era, The Dawn Era is that period before the beginning of mortal time, when the feats of the gods take place.
Success.
The Dawn Era ends with the exodus of the gods and magic from the world at the founding of the Adamantine Tower. The term Merethic comes from the Nordic, literally meaning era of the elves.
Ow.
The Merethic era is the prehistoric time after the exodus of the gods and magic from the world at the founding of the Adamantine Tower, and before the arrival of Ysgramor the Nord in Tamriel. The following are the most notable events of the Dawn Era, presented roughly in sequence as it must be understood by creatures of time such as ourselves. The cosmos formed
I do not have a key for this door.
chaos or totality by Anu and Padume.
I should find it.
Akatosh, or Oriel, formed and time began. The gods, known as Et-Ada, formed. Lorcan convinced, or tricked, the gods into creating the mortal plane of Nirn. The mortal plane was at this point highly magical and dangerous. As the gods walked, the physical makeup of the mortal plane and even the timeless continuity of existence itself became unstable. Magic, architects of the plans for the mortal world, decided to terminate the project. The gods convened at the Adamantine Tower, Direni Tower, the oldest known structure in
And
decided what to do.
you are not a spirit.
Most left when magic did. Others sacrificed themselves into other forms so that they might stay. They known as the Elnor.
You're spectral for 30
Lorcan was
seconds.
condemned by the gods to exile into the mortal realms, and his heart was torn out and cast from the tower. Where it landed, a volcano formed. With magic, in the mythic sense.
Okay, let's hear this guy's journal.
Wendelius Gatharion, by Wendelius Gatharion, a journal documenting a treasure hunter's descent into madness. 4th Era 200, 18 Morningstar. I've set up camp inside the barrel. This has to be the place. According to all of my research, the burial chamber should be located here. All I need is some time undisturbed to find the claw. It must be hidden here somewhere. 4th Era 200, 25 Morningstar. Had a close call today with that fool Wilhelm. He came close to entering the barrel,
Wilhelm
but I was
scream?
able to scare him off by rattling some pottery shards in a bag. These people are far too superstitious for their own good. Gives me an idea. 4th Era 200, 28 Morningstar. After a few failures, I've come up with a mixture that should do the trick. The glow is perfect. I should look exactly like one of the supposed spirits the people of Iverstead believe is haunting this barrel. Going to test it out tomorrow. 4th Era 200, 29 Morningstar. Success. It worked better than I could have imagined. All I had to do was wander about the entrance to the barrow at night and wave my arms about. I had to stop myself from laughing aloud as they ran away. This should keep them at bay while I continue searching for the claw. 4th Era 200, 11 Hearthfire. Almost half a year has passed, and no sign of the claw, or any clues as to its whereabouts. This is becoming maddening. It has to be here. Can't risk hiring any assistance, so I'll have to continue alone. 4th Era 200, 20 Sun's Dusk. It isn't here. It can't be here. This isn't right. It must be the people of Iverstead. They must be onto my ruse, and they're toying with me. They want to find the burial chamber on their own, and keep the riches for themselves. 4th Era 200, 18 Evening Star. Why? Why are they tormenting me? Why not just destroy me? Who am I? My head is becoming clouded. I can't remember anything. I have to read my journal to remember my purpose. Am I a part of this tomb? Am I meant to guard it? What's becoming of me? 1st Era, 1050. They shall not take my treasure. They shall all pay dearly for their crimes. Any who set foot within these walls will taste my wrath, my power. I am the guardian of Shroud Hearthbarrow. All who oppose me will fall.
He sounds so whiny in his journal. I'm the guardian of Shroud Barrow. Come on. Ah! Nearly had it. Is that it? Okay. I see that trap right there. Fuck. Lydia? You watch yourself. Hello? Whatever. Is she gonna get hit by the darts? Okay, somehow we're both not hit. Gotcha. I didn't even really see what I had there. Is there a golden claw? Nope. Hide boots, but I see them clearly. Can see clearly now, the boots are... Closes that. Uh-huh. There's the trap thing back there behind us. Uh-huh.
Huh?
Oh. Whatever. Mom! I want to be the guardian of the barrow! He's been the guardian of the barrow for too long! That's a nice little bit right there. Nice wall. Oh, they're not quite exactly the same. And think of all this detailed work people put into the walls and stuff here. And most people are gonna completely ignore it. Because otherwise it just looks like every other dungeon in the game. Because like each one of these walls with these carvings, they're different. Actually, that one might be a repeat of... Yeah, that one. Okay. So they're not all different. That one's a repeat of that one. But still, a lot of work went into those. Not what I meant to do, but okay. Sir, let me wear my hat. No. Don't you look at me like that, Lydia. Don't you judge your Thane! Claw definitely wasn't in there, because I think I searched all that. He said something about somebody in the... in the town having it. I wonder if that's true. If so, we might have to go steal us a claw to move forward in the barrow. If that's the case, I might just take a break to eat my dinner and then do it. Hello, sir?
What do you want?
Anything you can tell me about High Hrothgar?
Klimek brings food supplies up to them once every few weeks, when the weather permits it. Other than that, they seem like a quiet lot. Don't really know too much about them. Klimek brings food supplies up to them once every few weeks, when the weather permits it.
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute?
What's on the menu?
Depends. Are you thirsty, hungry, both?
Oh. You're actually talking about food and drink. Anything you can tell me about High Hrothgar?
I've always fancied a journey up the 7,000 steps to the monastery.
Then why haven't
Anything
you?
to break the boredom of living in this town. I envy you.
I mean, you're right by the place. I don't think it actually takes that long. They're making a Final Fantasy Battle Royale for mobile.
I play the lute. If you'd like to hear something, it only costs 5 gold.
Merely 5 gold? I'd easily pay twice that to hear you pay.
Why, thank you. You're very kind. Still interested?
Sounds reasonable.
Thank you, my lord.
She just wants to stop doing her chores. Mm-hmm. No, continue playing. Please. Why did you stop?
If you fancy a bit of music, let me know.
That was it? You don't really know how to play, do you?
Right away, my lord.
She is rocking out. I like this song. It's longer than the other one. The other one felt like a jip. You're not... You stopped again.
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute?
Not anymore. I only know like 1 minute long songs.
We don't get many visitors through here, unless they're headed up to High Hrothgar, of course. Need a room? Maybe a drink? You name it.
Found this in Shroudhearth Barrow.
Let me see that. I can't believe this. It was all just a fabrication of this Windelius character. I can't believe we... Well, least I can do is give you something for taking care of him. If you won't accept it as a payment, consider it a gift.
Dragon Claw! Sweet. Okay. So I didn't have to look too hard.
If you're headed up to the monastery, watch your step. It's a long way down.
Alright. Head out of the inn, and then I'll be right back. I'm going to eat some dinner, and we'll continue going. Ah, not what I meant to do. Save. Quit out real quick. And I'll get some music running while I go eat some dinner. Be right back. Ah. Ah. Okay. Alright. Grabbing dinner. Be right back. I will play some music on the Spotify for you to listen to while you're waiting.
of every knowns and strangers, with the passage of every breath, connecting two hearts, calling for your love, te amo. Of all we get and all we lose, hard to see my contribution, only to feel alone in this whole breathing. Of all the things I got to do, of all the dreams I need to chase, you're the love of my life. I've been thinking of your love. Calling for all of your love. The clock is ticking away, connecting to strangers so slowly.
Alright.
Say
Woo!
I wanna be with you. Of all the places we've been together, memories are in me alone. In
The game store is showering me with notifications for some reason. One of them is a free game though, so I won't complain too much. Unless C, I will just go ahead and grab that. Alright. Back from dinner break. About to get Skyrim started back up again. Where's the library? Steam VR. There we go. Putting Steam VR back up. Close some of these Chrome tabs. Just in case that's kind of slowing down my graphics card. You watched the trailers? I have not yet. I'm definitely going to check them out after the stream. Ah! VR. Steam VR, please. Stabilize. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? This is awful. The hell's going on with this thing? Alright. Reset view. Ah! Hello? The Ever Crisis one is pretty neat. It's all of Final Fantasy VII in their turn-based format on mobile only. So it's like Before Crisis, Crisis Core, and Final Fantasy VII, and Dirge of Cerberus, all turn-based. Hello, headset, come on. What are you doing? Oh my god. Alright. Steam. Show me the visual. Restart Steam VR. There we go. So is it like new graphics in turn-based mode, or is it just the original Final Fantasy VII? They basically remade the original Final Fantasy VII and gave the other games a chibi version. The graphics look like the Final Fantasy VII remake. Why did they do a chibi version for the rest of them? Just to be like Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition or whatever? I'll have to check that out later. I mean, I'm not exactly against chibi graphics in a Final Fantasy game, because I like the Final Fantasy 3 and 4 remakes for the DS. And I mean, if it's a way to play the rest of the Final Fantasy 7 games, why not?
Go cast your fancy magic someplace else.
Alright. Can we hear everything alright? I was about to say, don't tell me I'm accidentally casting, because I still need to position this thing in my hands properly. Turn the safety on while I'm doing this. Hey look, Ma, my hands are defying the laws of physics. My arm is broken. Thing is that it's on mobile only right now, so you're not buying unless it's free. I'd probably play it on a tablet, as long as it's playable on Kindle Fire HD 10, because that's what I've got. But they'll probably eventually port it to PC. Hey, Lauren.
What?
Apparently they're doing a, what was it, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis? Where it's Final Fantasy VII, the original, remade in the new game's graphics, but it's turn-based. And then they're also doing, like, chibi-fied versions of the other Final Fantasy VII games, so like Before Crisis, Crisis Core, and Dirge of Cerberus.
Okay.
Apparently it's only for mobile phones and tablets right now, though. Well, the thing that I find interesting about that is they haven't done a re-release of any kind for the other Final Fantasy VII games. And I was hoping they would do something with those. Since they're doing a remake of 7 now. The original, the Final Fantasy VII one is basically the original, but the combat is in the remake graphics. So it's only the combat that's redone in the new graphics? It's only the combat sections that are in the new graphics. That's weird. Okay, never mind. I lost interest.
Probably have to have like a super large smartphone.
Yeah, like the newest iPhone or something. Or iPad. The Sapphire Dragon Claw look like. Let's see, you got Moth, Owl. Is that another owl? How do I turn? How turn? How do you turn? I can't see the last one. I guess I'll just have to... Is that... Could be wolf. What was it? Owl, moth... Wait, no. Moth, owl, whatever the third one is. Looks like wolf's head. Am I correct, sir? Yes. Okay. They improved the graphics of the main game, but it's still chibi-fied outside of the combat. Okay. If it's the same fixed camera angles, I probably won't have any interest in it. Because that's one of my biggest issues with the original game. How hard it was to navigate all the screens. What we got? What we got? What we got? What we got? We locked in an arena? Haha! You're dead. Alright. I know we got noodles that we can turn into another pasta thing. Oak flesh. Lydia, are you still fighting anybody? Let's see. Gold. Got nothing else interesting. Gold, nothing else interesting. Huh? I mean, I did a lot of wood cutting, so now I'm at 9,685 gold pieces.
Oh.
Because apparently in this version of the game, you can just chop wood forever, and it's like instantaneous every time you press the A button. And then whenever you sell wood to the people that are allowed to buy the firewood from you, they have an infinite amount of gold for the firewood. So if you have a ton of firewood that you manage to carry over to them, they can buy it all. It's like it must be super profitable to be a woodcutter in Tamriel. Huh? Yeah.
Putting up with you, chat.
Honest gold for honest work. That's what Claybird says. My sister said thanks for putting up with her. Lydia, do you get shot up? Be careful. Let's see, what did we earn? What did we earn? Amethyst and gold. Okay. Let's see, how many of these are going to open up once we pass them? Hello. Hello, sir. So that was the key for you to get out. Haha! Magnificent. Spooky, crispy skeletons. Got doused in oily water. And then I set them all on fire. They crumbled in the pool. Nothing interesting on you guys? Really? None of you even had gold. What kind of enemies are you? I've killed deer that carried gold. No. No, sir. Stop. You're cheating. You're not supposed to have magic. You are undead. Bum 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 bum. Hello?
Oh.
I hear something. Beyond this door? Anybody else? Lydia, don't trip that. I did. Shit. That was an accident, Lydia. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to run through that. You managed. Good. You're getting smarter. Knew you were alive. You had a sword on you. Dumbass. And you too. Think he can get the jump on me with that? No. Lydia, watch out for that. Don't step on it. I said don't. Lydia, don't. Don't you do it. Don't do it, Lydia. Good. Okay, let's just checking that alcove. Sure, stop. Gold! Proud Hearth Barrow's key. Cool. Unlocked with the Proud Hearth Barrow's key. This looks interesting. Huh? Well, if you don't love me now, they will never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain. What is in here? Oh, hello. $11 gold. Oh my god, this is so cool. The sound literally changes when I put my head underwater. That's awesome. Honestly, this is the best version of Skyrim. I have the original release. Got the special edition for free when the special edition came out. This basically is the special edition, but in VR. I have it on the Switch, because of course I do. That looks fun. Am I just supposed to guess what this is? Don't step on that, Lydia. Hello, sir. What are you, May from Overwatch? Do you own the Alexa app? No? I don't think I own anything that does Alexa. Well, maybe my Kindle would. Ah, Kindle would. I think you can get it for free. As long as you have something that has Alexa on it. I think that one's called the Super Special Edition. There we go. That's what I should stream next. After I beat this version of Skyrim, I should play the Super Special Edition on stream for you guys. How many people do you think would actually watch me play it? When that one came out is when the meme died. Did VR come out after that one or before it? Let's see. My best educated guess. I see eagle heads all over the place. So my best guess is eagle, 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 eagle. Skyrim VR came out before it, you think? No? Not eagle, 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 eagle? Could have fooled me. What's behind the waterfall? Really? That's the best secret you guys could think of behind this waterfall? An iron sword. Bethesda, someone needs to, like, revoke your game design card. You gotta have something good behind a waterfall. It's like Game Development 101. You said Alexa came out before the VR? Okay. Where is a good hint for this thing? Nice scene. I can see the sky. Hello. Hey, Bethesda. Want me in your QA? They're like, no, you keep bad-mouthing us all the time. It hurts our feelings. Whale. Okay. So... Good job, Lydia. Whale, eagle. Snake, whale. Whale, eagle, snake, whale. Okay. Whale, eagle. Snake, whale. Yes! By the way, you played The Last of Us again on the hardest mode below Grounded. You do believe with me on some fronts on that game? Started Last of Us 2 and damn is it long and tedious. Well, when I played the Last of Us Remastered for the PS4, I swear that's one of the most broken games I've ever played. Because the stealth didn't work properly. The takedowns didn't work properly, or at least they were, like, super sensitive to, like, you had to be at specific angles for it to work on the clickers, and I could not stand that. It was, like, super context sensitive. I hated it. The Last of Us 2, I did not play it. I watched Diz play through it. Ow. Hello, Rox. And personally, I liked the story. But they could have told it better. They could have had it straight be Ellie's campaign, and then, what's her name's? And people wouldn't have been as annoyed about it. At least that's the way I feel. Found some exploits like how your teammates cannot die, so whenever they got grabbed and shoved away, you just run up to the infected and kill them with one punch. One punch! I didn't mean to take that. I didn't mean to take that bow. Here, Lydia. You like bows, right?
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Come on, Lydia. Take this bow. How am I looking on weight? Pretty good, actually. I keep forgetting I have that orcish sword.
Let's get going then.
I should, like, enchant it and give it to Lydia or something. Also, at some points where I was in stealth, the game forced you into combat because that's how it's supposed to play out. Like, everyone just knew where I was without them seeing me. Yeah. I felt like that was happening a lot in the original Last of Us as well. And I'm sorry, that's cheap. I'm not a fan of the super scripted, just going from pre-planned event to pre-planned event school of game design. This looks like a nice arena. Hello? Salud? Uh-huh. Door close. Everybody come to life. Uh-huh. Skeleton, please. Skeleton, please. Skeleton, please. Drugger, please. Drugger? Drugger, please. Drugger, please. And, of course, you got your Ray of Frost crap. Fuck. Lydia? Are you in here? Can you do anything? Sweetie, honey. Lydia. Really? Just progressive skeletons. Progressive druggers. Already? Fucking. Alright. Lydia, why did you not follow? Die. Rugger body. Is that all of them? No big bad boss? Like how Joel would be punching a guy to death, and right before he would throw his final punch, he would just freeze on the spot with his arms at his side, thinking real hard on how to kill this one guy. Got to a point where the dude was literally on his feet before Joel got back into gear and killed him. Pre-scripted narrative convenience and, like, mechanics that don't work as advertised really annoy me. Is there another guy down here? Are you in the water, sir? Oh my god. I can't really... Ancient Nordbow. Oh, there we go. There's the body. Happened multiple times too, and I was like yelling at Joel to kill him while I'm mashing the button. Sounds like a rough time. Hello, sir. Sir? Oh my god, sir. Shut up. Oh. Big bad time now? Oh, you got the Thum. Overlord, huh? Over what? Let's just say your opinion has changed slightly. It happens. A lot of times people go back and they play games they used to love, and then they realize how bad it actually was. Like, I used to be super into Fallout 3. Like, not ridiculously, to the point where I felt like it was like a nearly perfect game or whatever. Because I had played the previous Fallouts, and I could tell that there was, like, discrepancies in quality between the way that some quests were and the writing and all that stuff. But I loved the change of perspective so much in Fallout 3 that when I first played it, I overlooked a lot of the flaws. But on repeated playthroughs, trying different things and stuff, they really weren't that good with the writing or anything, and they basically just repeated a lot of plot points from Fallout 1 and 2. What have we got here? We got Orcish Mace. That's cool. Oh. Traps. Lovely. I didn't realize there was a trap trigger on this chest. Lydia, did you step on something again? I swear to God, Lydia probably stepped on something again. Because I saw... Okay. I thought that was a raised stone for a trap. Also, another exploit is that after every chapter, Joel would get a full health bar back. So for almost the entire game, he went through without using a med kit. Like, till like the final section in the hospital. Not what I was trying to get. I was trying to get the coin purse. Thank you. Hello, potion. Just sitting there. Let's get a thum. What is your thum? Speak to me, dragons. Come. Kind's peace. Let's see. What is that one? That's, is it the Thanos snap thum? Oh, it doesn't look like I can even use that one yet. The voice soothes wild beasts who lose their desire to fight or flee. Okay. So it's the animal whisperer thum, I guess. That kind of sucks. Hello, orcish sword. I see you over there. I'm pretty sure I can't jump over there. Should I even bother trying? Is there a way back up? Oh, there is a way back up. Okay. Lydia, what are you doing? Ah, shit. Didn't time that right. Really? Game? The jumping and crouching in this is kind of awkward because, like, to crouch, I hit the right analog stick down on the wand. And to jump, I hit the right analog stick, flick it up. And that didn't work. Whatever. I don't really care too much about that orcish sword. I've got another one. And this is going to be the way that we loop back out, I'm pretty sure. If there's one thing I did like about the design of the dungeons in this game, it's how it's basically a circuit, and you can find your way back out pretty easy at the end. With those hidden doors and stuff. Because in Oblivion, trying to, like, navigate your way back out... can I afford to carry that? I could probably sell it. Don't you owe me, Lydia. Get out my face. You're the one who's being too close. Okay. Yeah, pull chain. Yeah, in Oblivion, the dungeons were practically all the same. It was really hard to try and find a way back around and out. Unless you had it, like, freaking memorized, because some of those dungeons were long. Although, not as bad as Daggerfall dungeons. Some Daggerfall dungeons would, like, just be uncompletable because of the way that the procedural generation worked in that game to build the dungeons. It was never the main story dungeons, though. It was, like, always the stuff for the random quests. So it was like, if you fail a random quest, what really does it matter? And everybody's probably asleep, so I probably shouldn't go in. All the dungeons are painstakingly crafted. Hod the God Howard. Daggerfall is definitely my favorite of the Elder Scrolls games.
May the gods watch over. Now that our ghost has been unmasked, I hope we see more visitors in town than just the occasional pilgrim.
Oh, you don't care that I made it all the way through the barrow?
If you pass
Alright.
through again, stop by for a drink.
Let me go collect the rest of the bear asses for that lady. The logging lady.
My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? God.
Bear ass time. It's bear ass time. Let's look out for bears and check out how big their badonkadonks are. Bear ass time. Select all the juicy ones and take them to our quest giver. I know which ones I want to take to her. I know which ones I want to take to her. I know which ones I want to take to her. Take to her. Really? Are you impervious, Bunny? There we go. Ever thought about playing the Dot Hack series? Actually, when Dot Hack GU came out, I streamed it. I streamed Dot Hack GU last Recode. When it came out, because that was one of my favorite PlayStation 2 RPG series. And it came out at my birthday. I think I actually have the ROMs for the original series on my computer that I can emulate somewhere. So that actually would be a good thing to stream. I love the dot hacks. I like the GU ones better because the combat's better. I feel like the voice acting is slightly better too, even though in both series the voice acting is not the best. Alright, is this where the bears are? This is where the bear asses are. Alright.
Oh.
Oh! Lydia. Jeez. I can't take her anywhere. She trips over everything. Probably doesn't help that I have her carrying a ton of stuff. Hello, Skeevers. Where are the bear asses at? Oh, here's this dead adventurer. You watched the entire original series on YouTube years back? Was it Naka Talili? Naka Talili was a good YouTuber who did like a let's play of all the dot hacks, and I think they even did that one that was like Japanese only, and it was basically an MMO for the PS2. That one looked interesting, even though it was basically just the first series, but online. He mainly streams now? I need to check out his streams. It's been forever since I've watched any of his stuff, but I liked watching his YouTube videos. Halloween is another really good one. Halloween 4545. I think he streams now too. Halloween 4545 does a lot of horror games. Ow. I stubbed my little toe. Hello. Chest! Amazing chest ahead. Well, not amazing. It's something. It's a chest. Can I get up? Get up. All the OGs moved to Twitch. You missed the necroscope, but you're glad he's happy now with his family. Man, a YouTuber that I really miss watching good content from is Spoony. The Spoony Experiment. His reviews are still hilarious to this day. I'm really sad that he gave up on it. Hello, spiders. And then, you know, he kind of just sat on Patreon forever. And now he's a complete nervous wreck. Hello? Gold? Teddy Soul Gem? Excuse me? I was not even standing there. Or is that a different trap? Oh, that's a different trap. Okay. Lydia? Don't you step on that trap. Good. You avoided the trap. Okay. So we've got eagle, whale, snake, whale. Nice puzzles, Bethesda. It's okay. I've augmented my Lydia with fire. That's how it works. I mean, a good way to not have your fan base turn on you is, you know, actually do the things you promise. What was it again? Eagle, whale, snake, whale. He does the occasional stream, but nobody really watches. Eagle, whale. don't know why it just blacks out the screen sometimes. That must be a pressure plate. Hi! Hello! Hello, big mastodon head. Mammoth head. I want to ride the mammoth head. Whee! Let's see, what was that? Mammoth whale, snake whale? One Naka Let's Play that you remember and you want to play is the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure games. Also that one Dora game that he played when he had his tooth ripped out. I want them to re-release the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game, like the Capcom one from the 90s. Dreamcast, I think. They should re-release that one. I have, like, the Battle Arena fighter thing for the PlayStation 3 and, like, J-Star's Victory Versus. Need to play them. Silver Garnet Ring. It sells for good. This enchanted? No, it's just a normal hunting bow. Blah. I like getting enchanted stuff because then I can disenchant it and use it as a enchantment for something else. Hello? The fuck? Oh. What's up, douchebag? Come on! Live where I can shoot you. There we go. That worked. I thought I could knock that down. Dang it. Archmage. Roll of Dread Zombie. Zombie. Zombie, zombie, hey, hey, what's in your head? In your head. Really, there's an audiobook for this?
Garamond's Epitaph. Lord Garamond, Archmage of Windhelm, Lord Battlemage to King Harold. Magus, keep thy vigil eternal. Serve now in death as you did in life. By these seals our realm preserve, from traitors three and their charm of strife.
Okay. Let me take that. Be used as evidence. Of what? I don't know. Steel mace. Whatever. Oh, sirs. You just spawned. As soon as I opened the door. Die. Hey, Sotoa! Seems they did make an HD version of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Dreamcast game, but they delisted it at some point. Yeah, I think they did that for Xbox Live. It was like a similar situation to the Scott Pilgrim versus the World game, which just recently got a re-release on the Switch, and I think it's also coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? I need to get that Scott Pilgrim game, because I heard it's super good, and I'd want to snag it as like a physical release before they get rid of it again. It's already on PS4 and Xbox. Yep. Well, digitally. I know there's like a limited run special edition version for at least the Switch. And people got mad because it was basically Scott Pilgrim doing the Sonic adventure pose or something. Like, really, guys? Basically, his personality in the comic and in the movie was like, I reference video games a lot. I'm gonna get your butt. And your dick. And your butt dick. Uh-huh. Is there a reason why there's these conspicuous holes right there? Uh-huh. Is that not the way to open the thing? Apparently not. Alright. I'll bite. Where is it? Okay. So... how do I get the bridge down? Did I just miss something over there? How do I get over that way? How did I miss a soul gem? Of course. Invisible wall right there. Hidden behind this? Hello? No? Okay. Oh, coin purse. 10 gold. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do to make the bridges go down. No? Okay. Lydia? You got any ideas? No ideas? No? Alright. I didn't think so. I'm supposed to be off to the side. Hello, sir. I see the switch over there. Thought maybe I could get it with the... Do I have to do a bow and arrow? Probably have to do a bow and arrow. Hit it properly. If I even have any. I know who does. Hey, Lydia.
Still here.
Hand me a bow and arrow.
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Let's see. Ancient Nord bow should do it.
Lead on.
Alright. Let's see. Can I do this? That one didn't work. Really? Come on! Fine. I'll at least shoot the Draugr in the back. Shit. I'm slipping. Lydia? Lydia? Okay. Never mind. Oh. There's a drop down over there. Alright. Fireball. Lydia? Okay. I made it. Yay! Excuse you? Fuck are you even? Haven't seen traps like you before. It's okay, I've got 22 lockpicks left. Ow. Why do they snap so easy? There we go. Clairvoyant, Staff of Fury. That is not helping me get across. This dungeon is confusing. I'll bite. Am I supposed to put something on this pressure plate? Lydia? Get out of my way, woman. Uh-huh. No? Jump around! Jump around! Jump up, and get down! I came to get down! Bust out your seat and jump around! I see my arrows up there. Ugh. Or I will smoke your corpse. This dungeon is confusing me. Oh? Okay. Lydia, could you stand right there? Maybe it needs to draw blood. Oh, hello. Derp. I found it. I found it, you guys. Lydia, get out of the way. Come on. If there's anybody over there, get chopped up. Come get chopped up. Mmm. I shot him with a fireball or something. How did his sword end up through his dick? How very unfortunate. Ow. Time has stopped. Ow. Would you swipe my ass? You can do it, Lydia. Come on. Lydia's looking at me with a stunned face like, why couldn't you have done that earlier? I don't know. I just liked watching you suffer. Mmm. This is a nice little chamber here. Something wake up. Thought I heard something breathe. You know, with the stretched screen, it's like that fat Putin meme with Lydia. Lydia, where are you at? I mean, I can't really see it because, you know, to me, it looks normal. Except, you know, I see the depth. But yeah, to you guys, since it's like you're only seeing one side of what I'm seeing, and I have it stretched. Really? He's pulling that Ganon from Zelda CDI thing. Where's he at? Really? Again? Uh-huh. Where are you at now? Let's see what was on his corpse. What you got, buddy? Mm-hmm. Galder Amulet Fragment. Increases your stamina by 30 points. That's super good. Galador Blackbow. Galder Blackbow. Absorb 10 points of magicka. Interesting. Writ of Sealing. I'm gonna take all that stuff, because that looks like a nice package deal. Let's see. What was the Writ of Sealing? Oh! This one has an audiobook.
Writ of Sealing. A writ for the sealing away of Sigdus Galderson. Be bound here, Sigdus, murderer, betrayer, condemned by your crimes against realm and lord.
Did y'all add
May your
music to this
name
audiobook?
and your deeds be forgotten forever, and the charm which you bear be sealed by our ward.
They added music to that one.
Huh?
That was a nice touch. What you got? Resist magic. Uh-huh. Why y'all just put potions around this person's grave? Like, not even as like a... Not even as like a offering to that person or something. Got a soul gem. Minor magica. Words and philosophy. Oh, this is going to be a fun audiobook.
Words and Philosophy. An interview with a Bosmer Master Swordsman about her life. A Lady Elena Bennock, former master of the Valenwood Fighters Guild and head of the Emperor's personal guard in the Imperial City, has been leading a campaign to reacquaint the soldiers of Tamriel with the sword. I met with her on 3 different occasions for the purposes of this
Pearl?
book. The first time was at her suite in the palace, on the balcony.
That doesn't look
overlooking
like a
the gardens
pearl.
below. I was early for the interview, which had taken me nearly 6 months to arrange.
Small
She
pearl.
gently chided me for not being even earlier. I've had time to put up my defenses now, she said, her bright green eyes smiling. Lady Bannock is a Bosmer, a wood elf, and like her ancestors, took to the bow in her early years. She excelled at the sport, and by the age of 14, she had joined the hunting party of her tribe as a jackspur, a long-distance shooter. During the Black Year of 396, when the Parik tribe began their rampage through southeastern Valenwood, with the aid of powers from the Somerset Isle, Lady Bannock fought the futile battle to keep her tribe's land.
Let me
I
put
killed
away
someone
some
for the
normal
first
shit
time
in
when I
here.
was 16, she says now.
Like this
I
bow.
don't remember it very well.
This bow can
He
go
or
away.
she was just a blur on the horizon where I aimed my bow. It meant no more to me than shooting animals. I probably killed 100 people like that during that summer and fall. I didn't really feel like a killer until that wintertide, when I learned what it was like to look into a man's eyes as you spilled his blood. It was a scout from the Parik tribe who surprised me while I was on camp watch. We surprised each other, I suppose. I had my bow at my side, and I just panicked, trying to string an arrow when he was half a yard away from me. It was the only thing I knew to do. Of course, he struck first with his blade, and I just fell back in shock. You always remember the mistakes of your first victim. His mistake was assuming, because he had drawn blood and I had fallen, that I was dead. I rushed at him the moment he turned from me towards the sleeping camp of my tribesmen. He was caught off guard, and I wrested his blade away from him. I don't know how many times I stabbed at him.
To play
By the
Fallout
time
the
I stopped,
Frontier.
When the next watch came to relieve
I've heard
me,
things
my
about
arms
that
were
one.
black and blue with
It would be
stripe.
interesting
There was
to
not a
at least
solid
try to
piece
play
of him
through.
left. I had literally cut him into pieces. You see, I had no concept of how to fight or how much it took to kill a man. Lady Bannock, aware of this deficiency in her education, began teaching herself swordsmanship at once. You can't learn how to use a sword in Valenwood, she says. Which isn't to say Bosmer can't use blades, but we're largely self-taught. As much as it hurt when my tribe found itself homeless, pushed to the north, it did have one good
Okay, so
aspect.
apparently this
It
is not where the
afforded me
bears were.
opportunity to meet Redguards.
Which
Studying
was
all
what I
manners
was
of
trying to
weapons
go there
wielding
for.
under the tutelage of Warday Akor, Lady Bannock excelled. She became a freelance adventurer, traveling through the wilds of southern Hammerfell and northern Valenwood, protecting caravans and
What
visiting
deck?
dignitaries from the various dangers indigenous
The
to the population.
moon!
Unfortunately, before we were able to pursue her story of her early years any further, Lady
I have to
Bannock
find
was
a
called
copy of
away
it
on
since the
urgent
mod
summons
website
from the Emperor.
turned it down.
Such is often the case with the Imperial
Echo was a
Guard,
nice touch
and
in the
these
cave.
troubled times,
I know, right?
Perhaps more so than in the past. When I tried to contact her for another talk, her servants informed me that their mistress was in Skyrim. Another month passed, and when I visited her suite, I was told she was in High Rock. To her credit, Lady Bannock actually sought me out for our second interview on Sun's Dusk of that year. I was in a tavern in the city called the Blood and Rooster when I felt her hand on my shoulder. She sat down at the rude table and continued her tale as if it had never been interrupted. She returned to the theme of her days as an adventurer and told me about the first time she ever felt confident with his sword. I owned at that time an enchanted daikatana, quite a good one, of Daedric metal. It wasn't an original Akaviri, not even of design. I didn't have that kind of money, but it served my primary purpose of delivering as much damage with as little effort on my part as possible. Acor had taught me how to fence, but when faced with a life or death situation, I always fell back on the old overhand wallop. A pack of orcs had stolen some gold from a local chieftain in Meditia, and I went looking for them in one of the ubiquitous dungeons that dot the countryside in that region. There were the usual rats and giant spiders, but I was enough of a veteran by then to dispatch them with relative ease. The problem came when I found myself in a pitch-black room, and all around me I heard the grunts of orcs nearing in. I waved my sword around me, connecting with nothing, hearing their footsteps come ever nearer. Somehow, I managed to hold back my fear and to remember the simple exercises Master Acor had taught me. I listened, stepped sideways, swung, twisted, stepped forward, swung a circle, turned around, sidestepped, swung. My instinct was right. The orcs had gathered in a circle around me, and when I found a light, I saw that they were all dead. That's when I focused on my study of swordplay. I'm stupid enough to require a near-death experience to see the practical purposes, you see. Lady Bannock spent the remainder of the interview responding in her typically blunt way to the veracity of various myths that surrounded her and her career. It was true that she became the master of the Valenwood Fighters Guild after winning a duel with the former master, who was a stooge of the Imperial Battle Mage, the traitor Jaeger Tharn. It was not true that she was the one responsible for the Valenwood Guild's disintegration 2 years later. Actually, the membership in the Valenwood chapter was healthy, but in general overall, the mood was not conducive for the continued existence of a non-partisan organization of Three Knights Warriors. It was true that she first came to the Emperor's attention when she defended Queen Akarithi of Sentinel from a Breton assassin. It was not true that the assassin was hired by someone in the High Court of Daggerfall. At least, she says wryly, that has never been proven. It was also true that she married her former servant Urken after he had been in her service for 11 years. No one knows how to keep my weaponry honed like he does, she says. It's a practical business. I either had to give him a raise or not. The only story I asked her that she would neither admit nor repeat was the one about Calaxes, the Emperor's bastard. When I brought up the name, she shrugged, professing no knowledge of the affair. I pressed on with the details of the story. Calaxes, though not in line for succession, had been given the Archbishopric of the One, a powerful position in the Imperial City.
I hope these guys are actually baddies.
Over all Tamriel, where that religion is honored.
Or I'm just murdering a lot of good people.
Calaxes believed that the gods were angered with the secular governments of Tamriel, and the Emperor specifically. It was even said that Calaxes advocated full-scale rebellion to establish a theocracy over the Empire. It is certainly true, I pressed on, that the Emperor's relationship with Calaxes had become very stormy, and that legislation had been passed to limit the Church's authority. That is, up until the moment when Calaxes disappeared, suddenly, without notice to his closest of friends. Many said that Lady Bannock and the Imperial Guard assassinated the Archbishop Calaxes.
And this is a long one too.
His church. The date usually given was the 29th of Sun's Dusk, 3rd Era, 498. Of course, replies Lady Bannock with one of her mysterious grins. I don't need to tell you that the Imperial Guard's position is as protectors of the throne, not assassins. But surely, no one is more trusted than the Guard for such a sensitive operation, I say carefully. Lady Bannock acknowledges that, but merely says that such details of her duties must remain secret as a matter of Imperial security. Unfortunately, her ladyship had to leave early the next morning, as the Emperor had business down south. Of course, I couldn't be told more specifics. She promised to send me word when she returned,
hikers setting down for a picnic.
As it turned out, I had business of my own in the Somerset Isle, compiling a book on the Sigic Order. It was therefore with surprise that I met her ladyship 3 months later.
He barely even looks dead.
We managed to get away from our respective duties to complete our third and final interview, on a walk along the Diceto, the great river that passes through the royal parks of the city. Steering away from questions of her recent duties and assignments, which I guessed rightly she was loath to answer, I returned to the subject of sword fighting. Frandar Hunding, she says, lists 38 grips, 750 offensive and 1,800 defensive positions, and nearly 9,000 moves essential to sword mastery. The average hack and slasher knows one grip, which he uses primarily to keep from dropping his blade. He knows one offensive position, facing his target, and one defensive position, fleeing. Of the multitudinous rhythms and inflections of combat, he knows less than one.
Hi.
The ways of the warrior were never meant to
Hello.
be the easiest path. The archetype of the idiot fighter is
Okay,
as
I won't.
solidly ingrained as that of the brilliant wizard.
Your friends
and
aren't dead,
shrewd thief.
okay?
But it was not always so. The figure of the philosopher swordsman, the blade-wielding artist, are creatures of the past, together with the sword singer of the Red Guards, who is said to be able to create and wield a blade with but the power of his mind.
I think I killed good
The
people.
future of the intelligent blade wielder looks bleak in comparison to the glories of the past. Not wanting to end our interviews on a sour note, I pressed Lady
And I'm
Eleanor
stealing from
for
them.
advice for young blade swingers just beginning their careers. When confronted with a wizard, she says, throwing petals of cant leaf into the diceto, close the distance and hit him hard.
Let's not leave a job half done. I don't know what happened to this whole settlement. I don't know. Everybody's just fried to a crisp. Must have been struck by lightning. All of them. All of them in the middle of the thunderstorm. Very, very sad. Very tragic. Struck by lightning in a building, nonetheless. You were thinking that this audiobook mod would be cool for me, but I'm coming to realize it just becomes background noise while you kill shit. I mean, I wouldn't pay attention to anything in the books if it weren't for the audiobook mod, which is why I downloaded it. Because eventually I'd get tired of just reading them, because that would take up like an entire stream, reading all the books that I run across. But with the audiobook mod, I can at least, like, listen to some of it while I have it going. And I'm doing something else. It's like I'm playing BioShock or something. Now let's get Magicka to 200. Why not? And then, Can I afford anything in restoration right now? I'm not gonna go dual casting. Healing spells cured 50% more? That looks good. Have we even made it to Whiterun yet? Yes? Because I have done, pretty much everything up to getting to, High Hrothgar. That's actually how I got into this area. I was on my way to High Hrothgar, and then I found some side quests. The one about the barrow, and the one about the bear asses. And I've been on the lookout for some more bears to get more bear asses. But, it's about time for me to end the stream, so I might as well go on ahead and do that. I feel the need to go to the bathroom, so I should do that immediately. Save. Alright. Then quit. Desktop? Isn't Whiterun the main village in the center of Skyrim? It's like the main city in the center of the map, yeah. So I'm about to head off. Would you guys be interested in doing a raid with me? Uh-huh. Exit VR. Thank you. You take off the headset. You're gonna get ready for bed, so probably not. Alright. I will see you all around then. See, the next day I can stream. I'll probably do a long stream on Saturday if I feel like I can fit it in. If not, then my next stream will probably be Sunday. You guys know my Twitter, you know my Discord, so I'll announce it on the regular channels. Should be some more Super Hot and some more Skyrim VR. Both of those. So yeah. Have a great night. Y'all take it easy. I'll probably play a bit of VR chat or something after I go to the bathroom, but I'll be heading off stream. Y'all have a great day, okay? Great night. See you tomorrow or see you Sunday. I mean, not tomorrow. See you Saturday or see you Sunday. Good night.